Hello everyone, my name is Vicky, StitchNButton. Today is March 11th, it's Wednesday. This is my 53rd Flosstube, and I'm feeling better. I still have some post-nasal drip stuff going on, which is not from the sickness. Still trying to pinpoint what's actually causing it. It's something I've fought for years, and for a long time I thought it might be some allergies, and maybe some of it is, some of it isn't. Maybe I'm extra sensitive. Who knows? But I'm doing better. Anyway, it's been very productive over the past 2 weeks as far as stitching and bags. I cut out a whole bunch of bags over the past couple of days. I've been doing a lot of that. So I have actually stitched on 9 different projects. And so I'll get to that. And I also have a little bit of haul that came in. So that's good. I hope everybody is healthy and just, you know, take your normal precautions like you do any other flu season. And it's one less reason to hug somebody today, isn't it? I need to move this light. Oh, much better. Much better. Okay. So, I have my coffee. Cheers to you. And let's get to it. So, this is the week of looks are deceiving. Is a week, or should I say fortnight of looks are deceiving, because when I said I was going to stitch this is Orts and Such by Dames of the Needle. I said, oh, this should take like one sitting. Wrong, because I didn't read the instructions, and apparently it's 1/1. So I did start it. I'm doing mine, now she calls for just some black thread. I'm doing mine in 3 different colors. I'm using Midnight from Gentle Arts. I'm using 816 from DMC, and some Carriage Black, also from Gentle Arts. And this is how far I've gotten. I didn't get my phone board. I know I was missing something. So here is my little tiny bird. That's a lot of stitches. That's over 200 stitches. That's a lot. But I did get that far, so that was good, because that was for my alphabet soup. I didn't have to count. I just had to show progress. So there goes my progress. Again, if you're interested in these, if it's not a kit, it's probably at least a chart available from Dames of the Needle. And the kit would come with the fabric and the twill tape and the box. The chart obviously just comes as a chart, and you can ask her about the twill tape and box, you know, if you want to. But it's cute. It's really cute. I think it's coming along pretty well, and I just wish it would have been as fast as I said it was. Figured, it's going to be a whip, but then it's going to be done real quick, so it won't even count. Wrong. Very wrong. I'm just putting this stuff away, because otherwise I will have a big mess. Is that it? Oops. That's the wrong one. Sometimes you think you're organized and you're not also. Talk amongst yourselves. Should I give you a topic? Okay. Hopefully in 2 weeks' time I will have this done, so I can show you, because I'd like to get that done and out of the way. I gotta figure out, I didn't think about where I was going to put it. Let's start filing it back there. How's that? Okay. So my next one, I finally started. I was prepared, I swear I was. Okay. Whatever. Real people. Real people, real life, real me. I was able to start Hedgehog House. I forget what prompt. Oh, it was the 29th. On the 29th, I did my new start, leap into a new start. And I decided to do Hedgehog House. It's by Lena Lawson. Well, Lena Lawson Needle Arts. And somebody else actually made the pattern. And that's what it looks like. He's so cute. Well, no, he's smoking a pipe. Anyway, so I started him, and I got some pretty decent progress on them. I ended up, I forget how many stitches I did. But look at that. That's that window and the other gable at the top. It's a lot of different colors, by the way. I don't even remember how many colors that is exactly. But it's a lot of different colors, and it took like 2 days worth of stitching to get all that done. But I'm really happy with the way it's turning out. Again, I am using all of the Call for DMC, and this is the Witch's Brew. No, it's not. It's Peddler's Blend from Dames of the Needle. So if you're interested in that, just give her a holler. If it's not up on her Etsy, just send her a message, because she just got back from Galleria, and I'm sure she's still trying to fill orders. I know there's a lot of people still filling orders. They sold out of a lot of stuff. So that's a good thing, though. My next project, one of the prompts for magical stitches caused me to have to pull out something that could be a balloon. Well, I've seen star-shaped balloons, so I figured I'd work on Wish Upon a Star. This is the Connie G's designs on Etsy, and Connie G's designs, all one word, and it's a PDF. It's really cute. I think I'm going to end up making mine into a drum. I didn't use her Call for colors. What I did was took out some Victoria Motto threads and went my own way with it. I am stitching this on Vintage Country Mocha 28 count, and that's how far I've gotten so far. I only had to put in like 200 or 300 stitches. It was like 200. So I put those in, and I think it's looking good. That's how far I've gotten so far. I think it's looking good. I'm repeating myself, huh? I thought I had... Oh, this was a sale on Virtual Stitchers. That's what I was thinking of. So, get that. That shouldn't take too much longer either, right? Famous last words again. Depends. I do whatever Virtual Stitches tells me to, so some things get a lot more work on them than others. You'll see I'm going to be getting in over 900 stitches. I guess about 900 stitches on Aqua City in the next week, because I'm using it for prompts. My next one that I ended up working on the last time, though, was Dressed Monkey on the Throne. So it's our monkey on a toilet. That was part of, we used it for the red dress sale on Virtual Stitches, and I got a decent amount done because I only had like this much done before, and I was able to fill in everything else you see. The white, that's like that winter white 38 something, and black, and several greens, several greens. But I was able to get a good chunk of that done, and I think I'm using the paper pattern for that because it doesn't work on my pattern keeper. And it's a pretty big print chart, so it makes it easy to just use the pattern anyway. It's in my BlueQ bag. That's part of my haul too. I ordered some other BlueQ bags, not this one. This is one I've had. Alright. What else did I work on? I worked on Vader. Vader it used to be Stitch Line, and now it's Stitch Area on Etsy. And again, I saw Minty Stitcher on Instagram stitch this up last year, and I finally decided to get it, and I started it last year also, towards the end of the year. And I stitched on this, I think I got in like 200 stitches, which showed a little bit of progress because I was able to fill this in and around in here, some grays and blues in here. So I finished some of that stuff up, gave him a little bit more of his forehead, or his 5 head. I don't know, he's got a pretty big head, so. But I was able to get some stitches in. Again, this fabric is no longer available, as gorgeous as it is. It's Vicky Clayton, 36 count linen. And it's the same fabric that I used on my Edgar Allan Poe. I think I might have one piece left. I just don't know how big or I should say how small it is. Because I think I started with like a half a yard. And I've done 2 projects off of it so far. It's in my Christine Stitch All Things bag. I love this bag. Alright, put that out to the side. I hope the back of my head looks okay. We're not having any fashion contests, right? Alright, so I had to work on, one of the prompts was to work on something that has more than 3 parts, and can technically, these Prairie Schooler Santas have several parts because they're every year for several years, and I'm doing several years worth. I previously also said that I was going to do them all on Dirty You from Dames of the Needle. It's 32 count. Now, just so you know, in case you have some old stock, I know I've got some crinkling going on here, but just in case you have some old stock, she's no longer able to get the linen that gives it this darker color because they don't produce it anymore. It's just not made. So she had to go with a different linen, and it ends up being a little bit lighter, but I still like it. And that's what I'm using for all of my Santas. So I put in an order with her for half a yard after I decided I was doing all these Santas, because I figured, why not? Because if I have extra, I'll use it on something else. It's a great color. It's a good neutral. But this is my Santa, and again, I am using all my own colors, my own color palette, which started with Cupid, my favorite. And I was able to put in a good amount of stitches on him. Finished up his legs, his shoes, his ski boots, and his skis. I think it's looking pretty decent. So he got a good amount done. He's able to walk, he just can't breathe or wave his right hand right now. What can I say? Or fart. He's got no butt. It's okay. Anyway, I'm happy with the progress that I got. I haven't stitched on him in forever, so it was kind of nice to be able to pull him out and dust him off a bit. There's a bunch here I haven't been, that I've pulled out. I also worked on a secret stitch that I can't show you. Right? Why mention it? Because I did work on some of it. I just can't show it to you because it's a model stitch for somebody. My next thing I did was 1,000 stitches. I had to do 1,000 stitches on, I think it was some extra credit something, or one of the prompts for magical stitches for the Sorcerer's Hat. One of the team challenges, it was 1,000 stitches. I decided to pull out, because Harriet told me so, pulled out my animal magnetism. By doing 1,000 stitches on it, I was able to actually finish all the full stitches on my elephant and start the back stitching. And he looks gorgeous. I'm loving it. Loving it. I did start back stitching. Now I do need to put in the parrot's tail there because the back stitching goes around there. And I obviously can't go back stitch around the outside because there's other stitches that butt up to them. But I figured might as well try to get some in on that trunk and stuff, so it's not so many later. But he's looking great. I'm really happy with it, and I was glad to get that many stitches in on him. I did have to take some out on the side. I had to take out like 15 stitches that just weren't where they were supposed to be because I didn't read it right. The chart was a little suspect, I guess I could say, but I was able to get that done. I'm really happy. I did post a picture on Instagram, I'm pretty sure I did. And this one's living in my Garon totem bag. My seals. Got too much stuff. I did clean up some because I had to clear off the table. Alright, what's next? What I'm working on now, plus the last thing I worked on, This is Aqua City. It's the Heaven and Earth design. It is max color. Has 237 colors. Very vibrant. I mean, this sort of looks washed out here. I wonder why. Meh, whatever. You can look it up online. It's still on their website. I have to do 900 stitches. And so far I've only done about 200 and some odd. But that's okay. I started filling in here. And look, you can see it's blue. Belinda, it's blue. I told you. Anyway, since I'm using Pattern Keeper, I decided that if I need to park, I'll park. But I'm going to use all my parked threads first because it's really easy. It's a lot easier with Pattern Keeper just to keep on going with the thread. So I was pretty happy with that. Get that done, and then, you know, get the block by block. I haven't had any problems with lines, obviously, because I did find when, I know a lot of people like to go half this way and then go back, but when you do that and you're going back block by block or page by page, what you're doing is you're going this way and then you go back this way, so you're pulling this way on that last stitch. So then when you go back, it's pulling the two edges away from each other, and that's where you get your page break. If you finish each stitch as you go along as if you were stitching on with over-dyed threads, you don't get that page break, or you shouldn't anyway. In theory, you shouldn't get the page break. I haven't had that problem, and as you can see, you don't see the lines on mine because I've been finishing every stitch as I go along. Now this is Ada, and normally, for those that don't know, when you use linen, you go 1/1. Your linen threads are only 1/1, so you have to watch which way you go over because it could slip up underneath that top thread, and then it turns into a straight line instead of a cross or a diagonal. On this Ada, normally it's the two threads going over, so they're interlocked and you don't get that. But because this is, I think it's, I don't even remember, it's 22 count. It's Ada, but it's woven like linen is. So instead of it totally interlocking and weaving, you can still get that slippage underneath that top thread. And so that's another reason why I like to finish the whole entire stitch, because I don't have to worry about it slipping up under there, and you just have to watch which way you're going with it. Hopefully that's clear as mud. I don't know. Maybe I helped somebody. If you have any questions, just put a comment down below and I'll try to explain it a little bit better, or point you to somebody that's better at explaining that stuff. So that is what I've stitched on. Now, I have, if you want to leave, then that's fine, but I am going to do a little giveaway. I received a package today. I ordered from Romina, who is Romy's Threads, Romy's Creations, Romina Petrucci. She's a sweetheart, and when she came out with her threads, I died a little bit, and then I ordered. I sent her a message, and I was like, me. So I ordered 2 different types of threads from her. The first one I ordered was Ara McCall, and I told her I wanted 10 skeins. Why 10? Because I don't know. Because I'm thinking with the way the color variations are in this, it's something I want to do a monochrome with. So by doing a monochrome means I'm going to need several skeins, and 10 is good. And if I have extra, I could always send something to somebody, right? So I ordered 10 skeins from her of this Ara McCall. It came today, and I'm really happy with it. Look at those colors. They're great. And it really is the color of a macaw parrot. Loving it. So I'm thinking ink circles and or a long dog, but I think if I do long dog, I'd probably need more than 10 skeins, won't I? This is supposed to be 8 meters. So how many yards is 8 meters? I'm not going to figure it out right now. Anyway, so there's possibilities on this one. And then blue's my favorite color, And she's like, hey, check out this Blue Jay. And I was like, yes, please. 10 skeins, please. So, I ordered 10 skeins of the Blue Jay. And this has got blue and gray and white in it. And these colors are great, too. It really does look like a Blue Jay. Again, 10 skeins, probably in ink circles of some sort. I have a few of them. I have some from the magazines. And, oh, I think I have the ghost one. What about some blue and white ghosts? That sounds almost kind of cool. Ideas, guys. Anyway, so I got 10 of those. Well, she also released some new charts, and I found one that I wanted to have. I didn't find too many market items, but I was like, ooh, gotta have that. Now, I did order all of the Ronnie Rose, all 4 Ronnie Rose. Love those. And I ordered a couple of others that'll be in, but for right now, I wasn't crazy about a lot of them, believe it or not. Plus, I think I'm getting to the point where I have so much. So I've been trying to scale back. It's just really hard. Anyway, so what I ordered from her was It's Always Coffee O'Clock. I won't be doing this one on the gingham. It's cute. I just won't be doing it on the gingham. And I'm debating on what colors I'm going to use. I'm not quite sure yet. I mean, she has what? What's this? She uses black and white on DMC, and then I think the other 5 colors are her threads. So maybe I will order those threads when I go to stitch this, or I might just use what I've got. She also sent me 2 other charts. She's a sweetheart, and one of them is this Dear Santa, I've Been Good. Really cute. I like that. And then she sent me this wood piece that's got the felt that goes on the back. And you stitch it, and it's a tray. It reminds me of a gingerbread cookie with the icing on it that way. And she has the charts in here. Now, there's no threads. You use your own threads, your own thread colors. But here's the charts that she put on there, and of course, you're free to do whatever you want. So I want to have a giveaway because I already have a couple of her ornament things. So I figured, why not do a giveaway with this one, so maybe you can check it out. And if you like them, you could order from her. So what I want to do is, if you're interested in stitching this, I would like to know well, let's see. It's what, March, April, May? I didn't even think about it. Honestly, I just thought about the giveaway as I was sitting down. Okay, just say, I'd like to stitch the tree. And I'll do a search for the tree. But it is really cute, and it does have a slightly larger hole at the top, so you can put a ribbon in it and hang it on your tree when you're done. So I'd like to stitch the tree, and I will do drawing my next video for that one. Okay. What's next? I received my fabric of the month for my fabric party. That's through Cindy Sorley and what's it called? I think it's myfabricparty.com. I know I put the link in previously about it. And it's a monthly thing where I'm pretty sure they're exclusives. And I received the regular, just a fat quarter of the regular in 32 count even weave. And this month was called Blush Brush. It's a mix of pinks and golds and white. I'm not going to lie and say it's my favorite, although I don't hate it. I do like it. And I'm thinking if I have a memorabilia that might fit on that, that would be good. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe one of the memorabilia is on there. Not quite sure. Here's what was released for February, and I'm sort of wishing I had this one because that's more of what I definitely stitch on. Like I said, I don't hate it, I like it, but I have more possibilities with this one than this one. But this is why you do these, is so you can get out of your comfort zone too, and maybe I'll find something that's perfect for that. Who knows? The medleys was 4 different Earth and Heavens. Problem with the medleys is you end up with fat eighths. I think it's fat eighths or something like that, with the little pieces, and you're sort of limited on how many things you put on there, depending on if you have something that's that small. So I like the fat quarter instead. So we'll see. Gotta put that away. Alright. I also received an order from Jen at the whole Stitch and Caboodle. It's a much smaller order this time. Told you I've been trying to be good. I had previously ordered long dog samplers. Okay, I'm gonna butcher it because I'm not French and I took Spanish in high school. It's Sansu. Is that what it is? Sansus? This one. And I don't know what it was about it. Maybe it's just all the animals. I just really look. An elephant. Anyway. Excuse the coughing. Ooh. Next, I received Bent Creek's Liberty. It's a special release. It says Liberty the House. I'll get that. Let Freedom Ring. Not sure. It's this. And back. So, I saw this, I think, I forget where I saw it, but I went and searched for the picture, and I asked Jen if she could get it for me, and she said yes. And she ordered it. Really loving this. It does come with the buttons, and it comes with those snaps, because it's part of a snapper series. I don't use the snaps, but I will use the buttons. I also wanted some more snag nabbits, because I have a couple of different bags that I carry around, so it's nice to have a couple of those. She was able to get those for me. And then I found something else I asked her to get, which she never carried before, and now she does. It is a fabric guide. Basically, it's see-through. It's this. It's the size of a credit card. And you put it on your fabric, right? You line this line up here with a line in your fabric. And then you count 10 stitches. Is it 10? Yeah, count over 10 threads. So once you count over the 10 threads, wherever it lines up with here, it'll tell you your stitch count. So you count over 10 threads, and if you count over this far, then you know that you're here. And that would be 28 count. Here is 14 count. It's pretty cool. They're not very expensive. They're like $2 and something cents. So if you want those, you can get those over at this whole Stitching Caboodle. I know once I put it up there and asked her to order them, a whole bunch of other people were like, "Oh, me too." So it's not a horrible thing to have. You can put it in your wallet with your credit cards if you wanted to, or in one of your little accoutrement bags. But I was able to get one of those. Actually, I got more than one to put in my bags because I think they're cute. So I also ordered from BlueQ. That was the last thing. I try not to look at their site because I don't want to buy stuff. but they had a sale and everything. So I ordered one of these big totes. In fact, some of the totes that I've shown before from there. And it's 95% post-consumer material, so it's recycled stuff. And they're really handy. They're super thick. The big ones have this extra pocket here, and it's got two different size straps, the longer ones and the shorter ones, and that's on the big tote. I also bought this smaller tote, which I thought was extra cute, because sometimes you just have a little bit of stuff to carry. And this is, again, 95% recycled materials. All their bags are, I'm pretty sure. I ordered this one. It says, cats piss off, sleep a lot, shit everywhere, don't care if you die, little bastards. Sounds like a cat. Dogs at your service, faithful, loyal, guide the blind, pull children from burning houses. And the cat does not care. Which is usually the sentiment of a cat. I've had plenty. They sent me a couple of free things too. They sent me this towel for free. They had a free package. And it says, I'm complicated, thank you. It's a tea towel. And I bought this one, Mighty Michelle. I thought this was cute. They sent me these socks. Less you, more me kind of day. Sometimes you gotta be selfish, right? And I did go and buy this. You should know that. I like it hot, cheap, and in the morning. It's my coffee. And they sent me this filthy, stinking rich. These bags are just too cute. I swear it opens. Excuse me. Anyway, that is all I've got right now anyway. And I'm going to go cough some more. I swear I'm feeling better. I really am. I hope everybody is, again, well and happy. And hopefully you're having nice mild weather. And I will see you in 2 weeks. Don't forget, don't let anybody steal your sunshine. Bye.